Hi, it's Dale Fuhr here from MOVE Therapies in Osoyoos, British Columbia, Canada. And I'm in today interviewing one of our clients, Diane M, who is also a resident of the area, and just to go over some of the things that she's experienced since coming to our clinic. So welcome, Diane.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I first came a couple of years ago. About a year ago, I guess the first time I came in. And I had heard about MOVE Therapy. I had started a yoga class up on the mountain where I live, right outside of Osoyoos. And the teacher there saw that I was still kind of struggling after I'd had some surgery, and she suggested MOVE Therapy. And so I came, and it was amazing. I started, and a lot of the things that I had thought I needed help with, I had a lot of neuropathy after I'd had a major surgery for my spine a couple of years ago. And
actually, what was your surgery?
I had the problem I had was called Spondolo Litheseis, where it's a crack in your spine, and it was causing my spine to be moved forward. So I had the surgery, and I had 6 screws put in my back, and everything. They thought the surgery went great, and I had no more pain. I had some pain before. I had no more pain, but I still had a lot of weakness and neuropathy in my left leg, and so walking was hard. Just a lot of movements were difficult, and the only thing the doctor would tell me to do was to walk, but walking was tough.
Walking was tough, yeah.
Yeah, so then again, after I found out about MOVE Therapy, actually after that, the yoga instructor left, because then around the time COVID was starting and all of that. So I was so thankful to find MOVE Therapy and to come in, and Dell and Leanne have been amazing. They've been very supportive and just so great about helping you out with all your ailments and everything.
What was some of the, maybe give me like 2 or 3 kind of things that, like in walking, what was difficult about the walking?
Yeah, just the stability, because again, my left foot wasn't functioning like it should. And so, yeah, I would have trouble with stability, and I would have trouble like turning corners, and just crawling, going up steps.
Going up steps, I remember, was sort of a difficult thing. Yeah,
right. Because in a lot of ways, it just felt like my left leg was kind of there. It didn't seem to be very responsive. My foot wasn't responsive. So it was tough.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you can't feel it, it's very difficult to use it, yeah.
But then again, with MOVE Therapy, it gave me the opportunity to, number one, stop focusing on my foot.
Sometimes their symptom gets all, I know if I've ever injured myself, my symptoms got 100% of my attention, and I thought if I just fixed my shoulders or something, then they would ever be fine. But
right.
Yeah, so not just focusing on your symptom is...
Yeah, and then to realize, again, with the MOVE Therapy, that we are a body, and that our brain is the focus of a lot of our movements and everything like that. So learning to, with the neuroplasticity,
yeah,
kind of a relearning process to help my, and it is amazing how the thought process in your brain can transmit to the rest of your body.
Totally, yeah.
And so it's wonderful. But again, there for a while we had some issues with our family and stuff, and so I couldn't come in. And so I was away for several months.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you had come for, I think you came for your intensive, and then you were attending the group class and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you went away for a while.
Right. And then being away, I started not being able to walk as well. I was having to have someone to hang on to all the time. And so I was kind of down about that because I thought, oh, I'd gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like anything. If you don't do the work, you kind of, well, kind of a silly thing. I know sometimes you guys don't like that, but either you use it or lose it, kind of sense.
Well, it is, yeah. And it is, I think, at least from my perspective, a lot of the things that we do talk about, like our sentence or our sessions, are quite gentle.
Oh yeah.
They're it seems like we're not doing much with the clients when we're moving them, and the approach that we're taking is quite different from all the things that I've ever tried.
Oh yeah.
Usually people are pushing on you or trying to get a muscle to let go or something. I used to have sore shoulders. I used to go to the gym and work them out hard, trying to go through pain with pain, and then all of a sudden our clinic is now approaching this problem differently. We're trying to say, reduce the force in how you're doing things, be really attentive to how you're moving.
Oh yeah.
Maybe slow down a bit more than normal, and try and do a lot of things comfortably. So a lot of times, if we've heard this other messaging for many years, or for myself it was like for 30 years, I had heard that other thing, and then now to learn this new thing, it might take a little bit of time for that new thing to become the new normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was good that you tried us for a while, and then just for whatever circumstances had to leave, and then but then you noticed the difference. So what was one of the things that you noticed when you left and then came back?
Well, yeah, again, I was having so much trouble with the walking, but I came back and just my coordination and my stability was kind of off, and so I came back, started doing some of the lessons again, and it was just, I remember one of the middle of one of the lessons, it's just like, oh my gosh, there it is again,
There it is again,
and it's just been great. It's just kind of gotten better and better since I've come back. I mean, it isn't, it's not overnight.
Yeah, it's not a magic bullet. I wish I had magic.
Yes.
The magic bullet that I just be like, bam, and you're fixed. But,
oh, sure. But the other thing is that the doctor that did my surgery, the one thing he told me was not to do rehab. He told me that he didn't want me to do that. He told me actually the only thing he wanted me to do was to walk. And so again, trying to keep doing that so it, I would get better. But then again, if it was, it's, also after a while walking before, I'd get pain.
Yes.
And again, the more I walked, the less coordination I had. So, but now I'm finding all of those things are getting better again.
Yeah.
And just to feel my foot again.
To feel your foot again. It's such a crazy thing.
Yeah.
And really like and so the foot was your main driver for coming here.
Right.
So you're doing both. Diane has done both one-on-one sessions with us at our clinic, and she's also attending our group class. And so we have a Zoom call, so if people can't be here in person, they can do it online, or if she does come down to her clinic and do the group class. So the one-on-ones, if you could sum up a one-on-one session in like 2 or 3 sentences, what do you think what would be your biggest takeaways?
Well, again, when you do the one-on-one, it's more about you.
Yes.
And of course, the longer you come, the more Dale and Leanne get to know you.
Yes. And
know your specifics, and so it becomes a much more. I don't like the word intensive, but it is. It's more focused on you and on your specific problems, and so it's great. And with the group classes, of course, you're with other people, and you're doing something for the group.
Yes.
But still, there's always things that kind of relate to you, regardless.
Yes.
Of the group class. But the intensive classes are great because it is so more personalized.
Yeah. And how did you feel during the one-on-ones? I guess that would be.
Oh, I just would feel like a wet noodle when I left. But
Wet noodle, yeah. That's a good thing.
I mean,
you know?
no, but in a good sense of just feeling so relaxed, and and so much more at ease, I think.
Yeah, usually my feeling and the general consensus is that usually the one-on-ones, if you're up here, physically, stress-wise, whatever, then all of a sudden you just get more relaxed, and then your overall, the body is just more relaxed and more chilled out. So,
Right.
And usually that means, for myself, I know I usually think better if my body's not in an alert level, so that's
Right.
that's a big change. But
Oh, sure.
would you say you're more relaxed because Diane drives up the mountain,
Yeah.
so how has that drive improved?
Oh, well, and that's funny because when I first started coming, I'd talk about how stressful it was, when I have my hands on the wheel like this, and, I'm thinking, okay, I got to stay on the road and watch out for the big trucks. And now it's just like, I find myself doing that, and it's just like, let go. And it's so much nicer. And I just, before I didn't realize how much tension and stuff are generated on my body, or just stress.
Yes.
And so to me that's a big thing too, just feeling less stress.
Yes.
And just being, and even the little simple things that, I always remember this from one of the first classes too, is that Leanne talked about doing, like, chopping something.
Oh yeah, she was chopping Callum's food, I think.
Yeah, chopping it, and so you're chopping it like this, and then you don't realize how much stress you're putting on. And then she said she just simply put it to a lower level, and so, just the little simple things you don't think about that would cause you so much stress, but just to lower it, and so that it's easier to do.
Yeah, you can even see your shoulders dropped here and everything, So, and that's really, one of the, maybe that's leading into my probably my last question, is sort of like, that would be one of the tools that we do work on, which is the tool of awareness, of like how we're doing things, or movement with attention. Any other tools that you would say that, and they don't have to be one of the essentials, just anything that you're using in your day-to-day, do you think that has improved?
Well, for me, again, slowing down.
Slowing down.
Oh yeah, and being more mindful of my walking and things like that, because sometimes I would rush to do things, and then again that stability is not there. But if I slow down and think about it, or just be more aware of myself and everything, and then it's so much nicer and so much easier on the body and on my mind and everything else.
And on your mind and everything. Yeah, everything is related.
And my spouse.
So, and your spouse. Yeah, no kidding. We're literally happy wife, apparently happy life. Yeah. So, like, why not? But then that's a big thing that that was always the thing I always felt when I did other modalities or whatever. It felt like when I left there, did I feel like I had something that I could be doing on my own, either the videos or just thinking about how I'm moving and being more aware of how I'm doing things, and that usually, those daily simple things of just dropping your shoulders when you're cutting something, or relaxing your hands when you're driving up the mountain,
and or slowing down a little bit.
Or slowing down. One of the suggestions I gave to Diane is just, hey, you're driving here. I know it sounds ridiculous. 15-minute drive. How about you stop 3 times?
Yeah.
3 times people stop on the anarchist drive, and just to take a photo of themselves with their family. And then once you live in the area, you just drive by that stop off. You never stop there again, because you live here now. You don't need to. But my suggestion was to stop like 3 times, maybe stop 4 times. I don't know. Drive for 3 minutes, stop. Drive for another 3 minutes, stop. Whatever it is that you need to do to make that an enjoyable experience.
Oh yeah.
And then,
well, now I've just found that I can do my clock. I'm going around the curves. Yeah. I can exercise while I'm going up and down.
And this is part of it too. So some of the tools are sort of like mental, things of slowing down and stuff like that. But then we do, there are certain exercises that we do. Diane's talking about the pelvic clock. So it's just, using your pelvis a little bit more. And when you're driving, it's a huge thing.
Oh yeah, you know, you can kind of go with the curves and
you can see her
like
ribs
that,
and her bum is moving and her shoulders are moving, and you know, I mean, make it an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
So those are big things that we want everyone to come. You know, when they come to us, it's not just about us trying to change them or us trying to fix them. It's more about, hey, here's some tools that we're working on in the sessions, in the group classes. We have online videos too, that you can integrate into your lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and make this so that you're, you know, because we're all getting older, and as we get older, we want to keep doing things like walking and driving and whatever. And so the more effective that we do them, or the more comfortable we make those things, the more likely we'll keep doing them for the rest of our life. Yeah.
Well, and I think it's also, I mean, for a lot of people who maybe have pain or different things where maybe they can't do a lot of exercises, to me this is a great way of doing that, because nothing that you do here is painful. And if it gets to be painful, you should stop.
Yes. Like we do promote ourselves as a pain-free clinic, but that's, if you're coming in at this level of pain, we're not going above that. Right. Hopefully, as we work with you, and it'll just go down and down and down. So
yes,
and just improve. And not only will the pain go down, but the movement of and the things that you start doing starts getting more of those things.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic. Really, it's sort of like dropped. Thank you so much for being a wonderful client. Really, Diane's a wonderful client. She's so, you know, one of the things that we love working, you know, obviously if she's happy and she's, you know, we want our clients to be as the best person they can be too.
Sure.
So, but she comes in smiling and super happy, so she's easy to work with. But if you are experiencing pain or anything like that kind of stuff, any things that Diane had talked about, either you're not feeling your leg very well, or you're having problems with walking, or stability issues, you know, that you're finding that you're always tense all the time and you don't know how to get rid of that,
right?
Then that's, we'd say, come check us out. Check out our website. There's more information there.
You'll be very happy if you do.
You'll be very happy if you do. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, Diane.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here.
We're happy to be here. Yeah.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's Dale here from MOVE Therapies in Osoyoos, British Columbia, Canada. Have a great one. Bye-o.
Bye.